According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world.
Did you catch what Caitlin Clark just pulled off? This wasn't just another contract signing. This was a complete game changer. She didn't just secure a deal. She may have rewritten the entire playbook for endorsements in women's basketball. Her reported multi-billion partnership isn't just big, it's historic. The kind of move that doesn't just elevate one player, but shifts the entire landscape of the sport. And this is where things get even more intense as Clark continues making bold moves off the court. The reaction across the WNBA has been impossible to ignore. Not everyone is celebrating Diane. In fact, some players are speaking out, and the tension is rising fast. One response in particular, from Aya Wilson, is turning heads and sparking serious debate across the basketball world. This is the moment that changes everything for women's basketball. Stay with us, because what's unfolding right now isn't just drama. It could reshape the future of the game forever.
How? In what way? What does she sell out tens of thousands of Wilson basketballs in 40 minutes? I mean, what has A'ja Wilson done to say that she is worth every penny? And then here they just had this go, and this is the Hy-Vee Instagram account. Again, Wilson, Caitlin Clark, really smart, very cool video, lots of smile on the face.
Caitlin Clark is once again making headlines, this time through an exciting new collaboration. Wilson Sporting Goods has teamed up with partners to launch a special line of Caitlin Clark basketballs in bold purple and yellow colors. Two unique versions, the Dreamer Edition and the Tribute Edition, are set to arrive just in time for the holiday season, making them the perfect gift for fans of the rising superstar. With creative marketing, vibrant designs, and the massive popularity of Clark, the partnership is already generating huge buzz. From social media to sports circles, everyone is talking about this eye-catching release and what it means for the growing influence of women's basketball.
Clark just did something nobody has done since Michael Jordan. Wilson Sporting Goods signed the WNBA star to a multi-year deal. She's the first female athlete to have her own collection with Wilson, and it will be built similar to Jordan's collection in the 1980s that included those signature basketballs.
The massive partnership shows just how well Wilson Sporting Goods can recognize true talent. While Nike may have hesitated, Wilson made a bold and game-changing move. By spotting the potential of Caitlin Clark early, the company positioned itself ahead of the curve. At a time when many brands were still unsure, Wilson stepped forward with confidence and signed a rising star. Looking back now, that decision seems like a brilliant move, one that helped create a partnership that is drawing massive attention across the basketball world.
Only athlete to have a signature basketball with Wilson other than Michael freaking Jordan. Wilson's head of global partnership said, "We haven't done a deal of this magnitude since we did one with Michael Jordan 30 to 40 years ago."
The signing of Caitlin Clark by Wilson Sporting Goods is being seen as a true game changer. The company took a bold risk, doing something it had only done once before with the legendary Michael Jordan. The moment the partnership was announced, social media exploded with reactions. Fans, analysts, and athletes everywhere began talking about what this move could mean for the future of the sport. With this daring decision, Wilson didn't just sign a star player. It helped push women's basketball into a new spotlight and showed how powerful the growth of women's sports has become.
I don't know that I can name an athlete in recent memory that is sold at this level. And there's the key, folks. Caitlin Clark moves products. Caitlin Clark moves merchandise. And here's what I was talking about too. They mentioned it here. Where in September, Wilson dropped the first Clark-inspired basketball. It sold out in under 40 minutes. Tens of thousands of basketballs snapped up almost instantly.
Soon after, the first signature basketball from Caitlin Clark was officially released by Wilson Sporting Goods. What happened next shocked everyone. Within minutes, the entire stock was completely sold out. Tens of thousands of basketballs disappeared almost instantly as fans rushed to get their hands on them. It was a historic moment. For the first time since the legendary Michael Jordan, another athlete had their own Wilson signature basketball. With that milestone, Caitlin Clark officially became just the second player in history to receive that honor.
Available.
Apparently all of her basketballs or collabs that she's done
Yeah.
have sold out pretty quick.
But Wilson Sporting Goods isn't stopping there. The company has even bigger plans ahead for Caitlin Clark. Believing she represents something truly special, they see a rare combination in her: superstar talent on the court, incredible star power, and a unique ability to connect with fans and drive massive sales. Wilson is making a huge bet on Clark's future, and so far, that gamble is already paying off in a big way.
Where's the shoe, folks? Where is it? Paige Becker recently landed her own signature shoe. Crappy shoe, but she got one. And yeah, you're right. Vocal, of course.
So, what does this major shift mean for women's sports? It signals a huge change in how companies view female athletes, how they market to sports fans, and how they value women's sports overall. The rise of Caitlin Clark is forcing brands and executives to rethink their strategies. Her impact goes far beyond the basketball court. She isn't just transforming the game during matches, she's also influencing decisions in boardrooms, marketing meetings, and business strategies across the entire sports industry.
This is a collaboration with supermarket chain Hy-Vee. They rake in more than $13 billion annually. Huge company, just in time for the...
This partnership with Wilson Sporting Goods is only the beginning. Together with Caitlin Clark, the brand is preparing to take things to an entirely new level, expanding their impact on women's sports in a major way. As part of this growing billion-dollar alliance, Clark recently made another bold move. But here's the surprising twist. Rather than signing just another personal deal, she helped bring Wilson Sporting Goods together with Hy-Vee, the well-known Midwest supermarket giant. The goal of this collaboration is bigger than endorsements. It's about elevating and expanding the reach of women's sports, creating new opportunities, and bringing even more attention to the game.
You can see here, Caitlin Clark lands $13 billion brand collab as WNBA stars bond with Wilson grows deeper. And that's the cool part, man. Shout out to Wilson.
You might think it's just a supermarket chain, but Hy-Vee is far from an ordinary business. It's a major retail powerhouse that is now putting a huge focus on Caitlin Clark, and they're not simply slapping her name on a cereal box or running a basic promotion. Instead, the company is working on something far more exciting, an entirely new and creative project built around Clark's growing influence and popularity. This move shows that brands are beginning to see female athletes not just as endorsers, but as powerful partners capable of driving major innovation and fan engagement.
And shout out to Wilson. I think we all really appreciate what Wilson has done. They seem to be the only business, the only entity that has taken Caitlin Clark at face value for what and who she is and the opportunities that can bring. Fully, completely embraced her, been great with their marketing. Product drops. I mean, I don't even know how many different basketballs now, but they've made multiple product drops with, limited quantity, I guess you could say. They're sold out right away. They keep doing this. And what this is Hy-Vee has announced an exclusive, yeah, that's right, an exclusive drop of Caitlin Clark's Dreamer and Tribute Wilson basketballs. Very cool. Big deal. Good job, Wilson. They probably went and put this together. I mean, maybe Hy-Vee contacted Caitlin Clark first, but, this is probably the type of thing.
You might think it's just a supermarket chain, but Hy-Vee is far from an ordinary business. It's a major retail powerhouse that is now putting a huge focus on Caitlin Clark, and they're not simply slapping her name on a cereal box or running a basic promotion. Instead, the company is working on something far more exciting, an entirely new and creative project built around Clark's growing influence and popularity. This move shows that brands are beginning to see female athletes not just as endorsers, but as powerful partners capable of driving major innovation and fan engagement.
And get this, Hy-Vee says it's making a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation in honor of her record. $35,690 will be donated. In Clark's basketball career, she's scored 3,569 points to beat the old record.
But why is this such a big deal? It's all about the future of women's sports marketing. Partnerships like this are truly revolutionary, setting a new standard for how female athletes can collaborate with major brands. From the very beginning, these companies have supported Caitlin Clark at every step of her journey. Fans may even remember their donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation back when she was making waves in Iowa, proof of their long-term commitment to her success, both on and off the court.
And then at number 4, Caitlin Clark, LeBron James at 3, Vinicius Jr., who is a Brazilian soccer star, and number 1 being Simone Biles. As you can see, Caitlin Clark is the only WNBA player in the top 10, and she's actually the only WNBA player in the top 20.
While strengthening the partnerships she's already built. From basketball's flying off shelves to multi-million-dollar endorsements, CC is at the forefront of athlete brand.
Beyond just signing a contract, Caitlin Clark is actively helping shape products that tell her story. According to Wilson Sporting Goods, each basketball represents a distinct chapter of Clark's journey, from her standout days at Iowa to her meteoric rise in the WNBA. It's a smart move because building a brand often matters even more than traditional marketing. Clark's influence is undeniable. She was recently ranked the 4th most marketable athlete in the world by Sport Pro, proving just how far her impact reaches both on and off the court.
And her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials, we have not seen any ads, we have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing.
So, what does all of this mean for the future of women's sports? It could signal a new era, one where more companies make bold, creative moves, invest heavily in women's sports, and truly collaborate with female athletes. Soon, we might not even be shocked by record-breaking contracts. Instead, we'll be eagerly anticipating them. Wilson and Hy-Vee are backing Caitlin Clark, but what about Nike? You'd think they'd be all over this by now, but here's where things get interesting. Despite signing Clark to a $28 million contract, there's been very little action from the sports giant. Fans have been left asking, where's the Clark promotion? Her popularity isn't a secret, and in the fast-paced world of sports marketing, every day Nike fails to capitalize on her star power is a missed opportunity.